A pro football player returns to Lake Orion to inspire young athletes.
Learn about the history of Lake Orion during a colorful boat tour.
Downtown Lake Orion has a new area where visitors can sit and relax.
And lifelong friends came together for the 9th annual Wiffleball Tournament to raise money for charity.
We'll have these stories plus much more right here on ONTV News. It's only July, but thoughts are already turning to the upcoming football season. Members of the Lake Orion Dragons team attended a football camp hosted by a former Dragon and current safety for the Dallas Cowboys, Jeff Heath. Jeff Heath graduated from Lake Orion High School in 2008. After graduating from Saginaw Valley State, Heath signed with the Dallas Cowboys as an undrafted free agent. He made his first NFL start on October 27, 2013 against the Detroit Lions. On Wednesday, July 8th, Heath returned to Lake Orion High School to host a football camp. The afternoon session was attended by Dragons football players who ran through a variety of drills.
You know, really the whole point of this camp was to expose the kids to different coaching. You know, they grow up in Lake Orion, so they get the same coaches, you know, pretty much from the time they're young till the time they're old. And, you know, that Lake Orion teaches a certain thing, and it's a great teaching tool, but, you know, guys who have played in college and played in the NFL, they are taught different techniques and, you know, different way of doing things. And I feel like the more you can learn as a football player, the more techniques and the more coaches, you know, the more knowledge you have, you know, the better all-around football player you'll be. So we really want to just give the kids, you know, a wider range of fundamentals that, you know, we've learned.
While he was a Dragon, Heath was coached by current football coach Chris Bell. The 2008 team made it to the championship game, but lost to Rockford High School for the state title. He told us the time he spent playing football for Lake Orion provided some of the greatest moments of his career.
I really cherished my time at Lake Orion, and I don't think I really realized how fun it was until I was out of it. And I mean, that's cliche, but everyone told me that, and I never really believed it. But you know, it's really true. And you know, I remember guys like Robbie Lentz, Charles Fleck, AJ Gill, I mean, Kim Bruce, Brandon Oaks. I can name them all. I'll name the whole team if you want me to.
The Lake Orion Dragons kick off their season against Chippewa Valley on Thursday, August 27th at Wayne State University. The home opener is scheduled for Thursday, September 3rd against Rochester Adams.
Orion Township is hosting their annual Wildwood Summer Concert Series at the Wildwood Amphitheater, located at 2700 Jocelyn Court. These free concerts are open to the public and take place every Tuesday in July. Due to weather conditions, the first two concerts took place indoors at the Orion Center, but if Mother Nature cooperates, the remaining concerts will be outdoors. On July 21st, the North Oakland Concert Band will be performing, and the last concert of the season will be performed by Rich Eddie's Rockin' Oldies on July 28th. For more information about the concerts, visit oriontownship.org.
Did you know that Lake Orion was formed in the 1830s when Paint Creek was dammed, turning 5 different lakes into one large lake? This is one of many facts you'll learn on the Lake Orion Historical Boat Tour. In 2009, Reva Campbell began giving historic tours of Lake Orion. Her family owns the Darling Cottage on the lake and has a long history in the area. Her parents own Orion Marine.
It started out as a crazy idea with my friends. They started to make comments that I sounded like a tour guide, and I've been collecting antique postcards with my family, and we've got a historical home on the lake, so it just sounded right to something to pursue.
Passengers board a pontoon boat at Orion Marine and are treated to a 2-hour tour filled with rich Lake Orion history and folklore, including the origin story of the dragon on the lake. Campbell enhances each tour with a photo album that contains rare images and postcards and other artifacts. On this particular tour, Campbell passed around a vintage wool bathing suit worn by a woman from Lake Orion.
I think there's something really unique about just a boating town, and the fact that we had a train that came right here and dropped people off from Detroit. It's just, there's something really unique about it. A lot of it's the photographs. I I see these old photos and it just takes me back in time, and seeing it is really believing it. I just hope that we, restore that history and keep telling these stories.
Tours are offered Monday through Thursday at 6:30 p.m. weather permitting. There are no weekend tours due to excessive traffic on the lake. The cost is $25 per person. To make a reservation, visit orionmarine.com and click on the Historical Boat Tours or call 248-891-1260.
If you happen to be strolling through downtown Lake Orion this summer, you may notice a new feature that adds to the charm of the village. The Lake Orion DDA has created a parklet on Flint Street, just west of Broadway. The parklet was constructed in a parking space in front of a Bean-to-Go coffee shop.
The parklet is a place-making project. So we at the DDA are all about creating place in downtown. And this has been done throughout the country in cities like Portland, San Francisco. It's oftentimes associated with maybe a dining service, so like outside of a restaurant where you can eat out there, but also it doesn't have to be. It can just be a public space where people can meet their friends, have a cup of coffee, just sit down and relax for a little bit and enjoy being in the place of downtown.
Now, the parklet cost $2,500 and was made possible thanks to donations from Builders Custom Flooring, Mills Real Estate Ventures, and Lake Orion Sunrise Rotary. The DDA provided $1,000 toward the project.
We worked with Land's Friend Builders, who is a Lake Orion building company. The owner owns a couple of our downtown buildings, and we asked, hey, we want to do this. We looked at different parklets across the country. What could ours look like? And it has to be pretty inexpensive. We can't do anything crazy here. We need to have this be our pilot program and see how it goes. So Jack Kobliska developed a plan for us. He encouraged us to use this Trex material, which will look a little bit nicer than just plywood. And he designed something fairly simple where we have the deck that is level with the curb, so you just walk right out from the curb onto this little deck area. The planter boxes provide a little bit of a barrier and a little comfort zone between your vehicle traffic and the park. And then we wanted something really unique, so we had looked around a little bit for these Michigan chairs, which a lot of local artists and woodworkers are doing. We looked on Etsy, we looked at a couple big box stores, and we found a gentleman and his son that are making these out of their garage in Linden. We contacted them, we got a great price, and we ordered a few.
Based on the response from the community and business owners, the DDA is considering adding several more parklets throughout the downtown area. If you'd like to offer your input, you can contact the Lake Orion DDA through their Facebook page or visit their website at downtownlakeorion.org.
The Lake Orion Wiffleball Association was formed in 2001 by a group of Lake Orion High School friends trying to organize wiffleball games. Over the years, the association has evolved and grown into an annual fundraiser. On Saturday, July 11th, 32 players formed 8 teams for the 9th annual LOWA Wiffleball Tournament. Participants enjoyed beautiful weather at Vanden Boom Fields, where the wiffleball games have been held since 2001.
Well, Vanden Boom Field, the Vanden Boom residents in Lake Orion, they've been here a long time. They let us tear apart their grass for the day. You know, we set up tents for shade for our spectators. To get the field ready. Mr. Vanden Boom does a good job with his lawn, so we're thankful that he lets us tear it apart for today.
The Lake Orion Wiffleball Association is a non-profit organization and has been raising funds since 2010. Over the years, the group has raised over $11,000 for the Orion Veterans Memorial. The tournament also benefits Justin Verlander's Win for Warriors, who matched the donations. This year, funds were also raised for Brady's Brigade, benefiting the son of one of the participants who has leukemia. The majority of the money was raised during a draft night charity dinner held the night before at the Orion Center.
It's just a nice charity dinner. A lot of the food's donated by local business, Hollywood Markets, and the Welch family, so that helps us raise a bit more with the food being donated. And, we have silent auctions and fun events like Best Mustache Competition and Miss Wiffleball.
The 2015 tournament was won by Team Air Force, made up of David Prate, Brian Chase, Jeff Powers, and Joe Spitali. Congratulations, guys. Although the tournament is held annually, donations are accepted year-round. Visit LakeOrionWiffleball.com for more information or visit their Facebook page.
Every now and then, we like to take the time here at ONTV to show our viewers some of the producers here at our station. And today we're going to be talking with the host of a rather new program called Media Machine X, which is a talk show that interviews bands and discusses film entertainment at length. So today we'd like to introduce you to the hosts and my good friends over at Media Machine X, Frank and Erica. Your show, Media Machine X, it's fairly new here, actually. Yeah, and you guys have been, how long have you been doing your show for now?
We started in January. We did our first episode in January, yep.
Cool, cool. All right. And so since that time, you've done a couple episodes so far. And so just for our viewers at home, can you tell us a little bit about what the show, what it's about and what you do?
Do you want to take this one?
Sure. Well, mainly what we do is we go out and we go to different concerts around the area and interview really good bands. And we also occasionally do movie reviews. That's sort of floating by the wayside at this point. So,
yeah, originally that was our intention, was to do more movie reviews and stuff of that nature, but we went and filmed a band and did an interview with them, and we were like, oh, this is way better. So we're trying to do that more often now.
Okay. And what bands have you guys interviewed so far?
let's see. Well, most recently we did a band called Lights Out Paris. We also did The Things They Carried.
Alisana, Luminoth, Royale.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Royale was one of our first band interviews.
Yep. Okay. And so when you interview bands, how is that experience like? Are they usually like eccentric characters? Because, when you talk about bands and they're
Right.
guitarists, they have big personalities. What is it like interviewing somebody like that?
Well, not the first interview, one of the first ones that we did, I interviewed the lead singer of Alisana, and Alisana has been one of my favorite bands since I was 16. So for me, that experience, I was kind of fangirling, and you can tell, like in the video, I'm kind of like, hey, I'm here with Sean and Alisana. But it went really well, and then most recently, The Things They Carried, they were some characters.
Yeah.
That interview was hilarious, and I can't wait to get that one out for everyone to see.
Okay. And so also, too, I want to talk to you guys about how did you two happen to meet when you guys started this show? Like, did you know each other previously, or did you meet here, or how did this,
I met him through a friend my freshman year of college.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly how that happened, but yeah, we got introduced and we sort of we clicked, and he's my best friend, so it just happened. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then who came up with the idea for Media Machine X? Was it you or Frank? Oh, Eric. Okay, and Frank, you just.
Well, my idea was to put the X at the end.
Okay, there you go. Also, I want to talk to you a little bit about your shows. You've done how many episodes so far?
5 or 6 full episodes.
Okay.
And then we have a couple like mini-sodes
right,
as well.
Yeah, you guys do like miniature things you put out on YouTube.
Yep.
And so. Okay,
yeah, because originally we wanted to do half-hour episodes, but for YouTube, we kind of decided that about 10, 15 minutes is probably the best, because, no one has an attention span anymore.
That's true. That's true. Now, Frank, I want to talk to you about your role. Like, do you do a lot of the shooting and the camera work for the show?
Yeah, I'm typically behind the camera.
Okay.
Unless, we're here in the studio.
Okay.
And
yeah.
somebody else is in the control room.
Okay. Yeah.
Usually you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do direct Media Machine X for these guys, and I love it. That they are one of my favorite people who come here, and I love just having them and talking to them.
Oh, you're too kind.
Yes, but I noticed, Frank, you do a lot of the shooting, and you enjoy doing that part.
Yeah. I guess I just really sort of found that I had a knack for production when I was taking communications courses through college and all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's more so than something I enjoy. It's just something that I'm capable of.
Yeah. Okay.
And
it works.
Yeah,
It
works. The role. Yeah, exactly. No. And Erica, you do more of the interviewing with the guests, more like the communication, getting in contact, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of funny, because I hated being in front of the camera. It still makes me really nervous, actually. But it just so happened that, like, okay, if I want to interview bands, well, obviously I have to be in front of the camera.
Yeah,
so it was not just to, make the show go along, but it was also to sort of help me get over my fear of being in front of the camera and all that jazz. Okay. And, to capture footage of me talking to awesome bands, so I can have that forever.
Yeah, I always have those mementos to look back on. And speaking of those, is there anything else that you guys are planning to do in the future? You know, what's next for Media Machine X? Like, do you want to do other things, forms of entertainment? I mean, you've done movies and you've done bands, but how about television shows or books or maybe even radio? I don't know. Is there anything else you guys are planning to do in the future?
Well, later on this month, we're filming a convention, actually.
Okay.
We're filming the International Queen Convention. It's called Breakthrough. And it's literally a bunch of fans of the band Queen. We just get together and hang out, and they have live performances of tribute bands and all this stuff. And it kind of lined up perfectly because it's in Detroit this year.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and in the future too, we want to do festivals and stuff.
Yeah, and just branch
music
out.
festivals, yeah. And we actually had planned an episode that we were going to talk about TV shows, but that didn't happen. We just had we had a lot of other stuff to edit.
We came in to edit one day. Did you watch the shows?
No.
No time. Yeah, no time.
Yeah.
But
pretty much.
Okay.
And I think that's and we're going to try and make our way into helping produce music videos too.
Okay.
So we've got a couple bands who have shown interest, actually. So hopefully in the next few months we'll be doing that.
Hopefully.
Right.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank Frank and Erica for participating in this episode of ONTV Spotlight, and you can catch their program right here on ONTV or look them up on Facebook and YouTube under Media Machine X.
That's all the time we have for this episode of ONTV News. For daily updates on what's happening right here in Lake Orion, like us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube. On behalf of the hardworking staff here at ONTV, I'm Ciaramitaro.
And I'm Jonathan Jackson. Thanks for watching.